Such grandeur! I pride myself on knowing the gardens of Versailles well, through books. I have several compendiums of engravings. I also have that of the sculptures in my pocket. But I can't identify the different parts. Please forgive me if I ask too many questions. For example, I have forgotten the name of this long path with such a grand view. What is it? La Grande Allée? La Coulée Verte? Le Tapis Vert? L'Avenue de Venise?
Le tapis vert.
Yes, of course. And this tremendous view, is it an east-west or north-south direction?
East-west.
Why, certainly. It follows the course of the sun. Good. Let us go down to the groves.
Perhaps we could first have a brief look at the orangery?
Well, here we are above the famous orangery. How splendid to see so many of the trees we have in our Spanish gardens planted here. These orange trees, trees of the sun. And these beds broken up by lawns designed by Monsieur Le Nôtre. What is the name of this grove?
It is the ballroom, one of Monsieur Le Nôtre's finest creations.
Ah, I recognize the colonnade. To return to our conversation on Spain, what my master, King Charles II, who is dying without an heir, fears more than anything is that foreign powers, France, the Empire, England, and Holland, secretly plan to divide up all Spanish possessions.
Have there not already been attempts?
Indeed there have, but up until now they have failed. So you were in Spain with Queen Marie-Louise, for whom your mother was a maid. Today, the new queen is German, and in her entourage there is a certain Countess of Perlitz, who is causing us a good deal of concern. So this is the giant Encelade who dared to defy Jupiter and was punished. A real lesson in politics. His story does not, however, form part of the legend of Apollo. Apollo, who is in reality your sovereign, Louis XIV, the Sun King. So, which are the garden sculptures that portray the legend of Apollo?
There are many. If you lend me your compendium of engravings, it will help me to answer you.
So, which are the garden sculptures that portray the legend of Apollo?
This one is part of it. It's Apollo's chariot.
Yes, we just saw it.
No, this one is not part of it.
You are right. It is the abduction of Proserpine by Pluto. This magnificent marble group of Monsieur Girardon, which must be placed in the colonnade.
Yes, this one is part of it.
That is correct. Apollo is here as a child with his mother Latone.
This one is part of it.
Yes, it is Apollo being waited on by nymphs. Where are you taking me now?
I am taking you to another grove.
Ah, here is Arbre de Fer Grove. I believe it is also known as Marais Grove or Chêne Vert Grove. This is definitely my favorite grove. How many groves are there in total? 8? 12? 14?
14.
We shall see the others on another occasion. Let us return to the castle. It is almost 5 o'clock. This visit has enchanted me. Just now you spoke of a maiden named Elvira, whose full name discretion prevented you from revealing. But the more I think of it, the more I feel sure I know it. Could it not be Elvira Malaga y Santiago?
Indeed it is. How extraordinary. Do you know her?
She is the daughter of a very close friend of mine. As for your desire to leave for Spain, I shall prepare a passport for you. Ah, I see the King's Walk is beginning. Look, the Duc d'Anjou is there too. I bid your leave, Monsieur Faverolles. I hope to see you very soon.
I shall pay a visit to L'Huillier at his home in the Grand Commun. He had such a worried air. I wonder what Mansart wanted of him.
Have you come back to play teetotum? It's a very fine game, is it not?
I shall only play for the diamond.
Oh, a big game then. Sit yourself down. Do you recall the rules? We bet, then we spin, and if nobody wins, we start again. purses. I wasn't rich for long. The diamond's yours once more.
I remind you that you owe me 15 livres.
I gave you my word. Here it is.
Halt! No entry.
So what is this guard doing on the stairs?
The Prevost guard came and arrested Monsieur L'Huillier. He is in his room, gathering his belongings. The kitchen hand brought him his dinner, but he returned very late. I was going to take it up to him when the guards arrived.
It is absolutely vital that I see L'Huillier. But how? It is Monsieur L'Huillier's meal. He has the right to eat, does he not?
Go on, enter. Make it fast.
Monsieur L'Huillier's meal.
The prisoner still has the right to eat. Enter.
Faverolles, what are you doing here?
What has happened to you, monsieur?
You do have the purse I gave you.
Yes?
Save me! Give it to his lordship the Dauphin or one of his sons. Find them quickly. It is absolutely vital that the Dauphin speaks to his father, the king. My life is at stake. Did you succeed in seeing Monsieur L'Huillier?
Yes. Now I must find his lordship and get him to speak with the king.
The Dauphin? I have heard that he was at his castle at Meudon with two of his sons, the Dukes de Bourgogne and Berry. Only the Duc d'Anjou remains at Versailles.
All the same, I cannot just leave like a lackey.
Monsieur, you cannot approach the king on his walk.
But it is absolutely vital that I see the Duc d'Anjou.
Orders are the same for their lordships the princes.
Could you give this to the Duc d'Anjou on behalf of L'Huillier and ask him to speak to His Majesty in his favour?
I shall give this purse to the prince and insist that he speak to the king without delay.